Hello, hello. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Okay, I think the audio is good. I decreased the music a little bit. Now you should hear me better. Alright. I think this should be at -40. Maybe 45. I think this is pretty spot on. Salutations. Hello, Mr. Jeff. How are you? I don't need this. What do I need? I also don't need this. And okay. I do need this. Okay. This looks pretty good so far. Anyway, we continue to march on. Okay, this looks good. Okay, so welcome back, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. We continue to build our game. Sorry. Wait a minute, wait a minute. There was a... Is this the one? Yes. If you have time, can you search up JCCS2 and what you think about it? No need to play. I can try. I can try actually, but I have to search on stream. I have to search on stream. I don't want to do that, but I will do it anyway. What was it? No. What is this? Okay. What do I need? I need JCS2. No, not C. JCS2. This one, huh? And it's an Apple Play. This looks fun. This looks really fun. It does look like it kind of looks like a game that you would play on a old Nintendo or something. But it looks fun. I like it. What about it? Are you gonna build a game around it or something? Where was I? Oh yeah, last time I made a poll, and the poll was, should we build the rockets or should we build the nitrous? And people said, or not people, but you said that you want to see nitrous, and we are building the nitrous. So just as a reminder, this is what we got so far. I think the game is pretty good so far. I think the car is really stable when it doesn't spin out, and we can prevent the spinning out because I made a whole entire script for the car to be able to spin out in the first place. So I need these values to be up, and actually this all the way up like this, and now we don't have spin outs and we have very smooth. But if something goes wrong, I can overcorrect it, right? Or not over, but you know, correct it. I cannot correct it now, and the reason for that is because we have a set amount of Newton meters, and that is all based on a gearing system. So gear 1 can have 2000 torques, gear 2 has 1000 torques, and right now we don't have that. Anyway, this is what we got. I think this is the best, or not the best, but I think this is really good. Now what we're trying to do is build a nitrous power-up system. It looks really good. Huh? I'm really enjoying it. Before I do that, I actually want to have some fun, and we also wait for people to join our stream, our game. So while we do that, I would like to add in some shapes. So let's add a cube. Let's create an empty. Position this to 0. Make this like obstacles. Like this. And inside that we have the cube. Like this. And the cube is like this. Right? So we have a ramp to jump off. I guess we need another one. So how do I copy this? No. Maybe with shift? No. Duplicate? Yes, here's duplicate. I did not forget you, by the way. I am going to read the comments in right now. No, not here. Navigating Mac is not the easiest, huh? Here. On Game Jolt. Not that I don't have the skills for that. I meant Jeffrey's Car Simulator 2 on Game Jolt. Also love how the Ferrari handles. Why nitrous come on the exhaust? Well, where else is the nitrous coming from? Nitrous come from the exhaust. And then later on we can have some You know how Need for Speed has the nitrous coming out of the lights? We can have that as well. But I'll have to do some more particle effects work, and everybody knows that I'm not that good on building the power, not the power, but building the effects. Okay, so let's try and jumping. We actually have a working car stats. We have a working booster, and we can have the car basically doubling its power. Let's make it all-wheel drive, and let's see what happens. I actually need to do this. All-wheel drive, booster goes all the way up, and our base power is 1500 Newton meters. I think this is good, right? I think this is crazy enough. Welcome to the... oh my god. Welcome everybody that is just joining in. We just switched to all-wheel drive. Oh my god, this is so much fun. Oh my god. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Oh my god. I think people should pay me money to build this. This looks really fun. But wait till you see how the nitrous works. I mean the booster. Okay, I am going to now use the booster. Oh my god. It's jumping. I don't know why it's jumping. Hell yeah. I really like it. I really like this. I thought the Ferrari had dual. What do you mean? What is dual, Mr. Jeff? It's all right. Do you guys have any idea on why the car is jumping? Because I noticed this earlier as well. When it's going really quickly, it kind of jumps. Look at that. And I don't know why. You can barely turn at this speed. I'm going so quick. But I love it. I love how it handled that. I feel like when I'm boosting the car, I mean the camera is FOVing, but it's FOVing like crazy quick, huh? Look at the speed on how I'm doing the FOV. I think we should try this. I think what I'm going to do is apply everything, and we should go into the other map, right? So we have the scene of a Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Save everything here, obviously. And I think we should try this in here, because I really like this scene. Excuse me. Revert everything. And I think this should be right. So I have all-wheel drive, I have all of these that I just set. So let's go here, maximize this, and play. I need to see the... Hi again, Mr. Pablo. I'm not Pablo anymore, I'm Coding Edge. I think Pablo is like weird to have as a name on YouTube. Probably the comb or the rigid body, either. So can you start me up with a low poly game? How do you want me to start you up, bro? Okay, we wanted to try this boosting thing. I don't know why it keeps jumping though. But it's really fun. It's really fun. I feel like this is better than the actual Need for Speed game. And if you're wondering why it's just spinning out, it's because I have way too much power. Like now, for example, it's completely uncontrollable. Look at that, I cannot even turn. But I love it. Oh my god. I think we need less power. I like how it crashes too. Okay, let's do some top speed thing. Really quick. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I can barely turn. Oh my god. This is fun. Anyway, I keep distracting myself and I do not want to do that. I want to go back. Actually, well, we can use this scene for testing as well, because I think the scene looks pretty good. Since you are amazing in Unity. Well, first of all, I'm not amazing in Unity. Can you set me up with 3D person and first person root animated low poly character? Well, wasn't there a site that allows to do that? What was it called? I don't remember. But there is a site. This is YouTube. This is, I don't know what this is. I can open a new one. Wasn't there a site from like Adobe or something that allows you to get free models with the animations? I don't remember what it's called, but if I remember, I'll make sure to let you know. Anyway, I was building the booster, and the booster logic is here, right? So last time I made the stupid decision. Not the stupid. Is it the stupid? I don't know. I have a particle system of. This is an array. This is a normal array, which is right. But this is not a normal array. This is, I mean, this is a normal array, but we don't need that. We need a list. So we will declare a list, right? And I need to turn this off because I hate it. So I need a list. And where we had this problem in here, you see, list of type power up. That is exactly what I want. A list of power up type and literally power ups. And that's it. That is literally it. So then what I can do, and this is not length anymore, but this is count. Like this. And also this is the same thing. There we go. And now when I use power up, if F key is pressed, use power up. And this should be triggered once, but I don't know why this keeps not checking properly, even though I'm running in update. I need to figure this thing out. But you're amazing. Look at this car gam. Make some or buy. Okay, bye. Have a good way. Have a good time, I guess. There I had a tab in here. Here it is. And it was actually called Make Samo. This thing. This is amazing. I don't know why people don't use this like more. I need to sign in. Okay, I'll do that later. But that isn't that side like really good. I actually plan to do a third person thing, and I will do it, but not right now. We need to finish this one first. Where was I? Here. Okay. Excuse me. So I have power-ups, 2 array, we don't need this, and we don't need this. And instead of doing this, what we can do is we can say state machine dot power-ups dot remove. That's it, literally. So now we make our life a little bit more easier. Right? We make our life easier, and we have a very manageable. Oh, look at that. It did not even change, but now this is a list instead of just a simple array. And we can manipulate with this much easier. So, selected still says 0, and I do not know why. But in here, we can obviously see selected power-up is number 1. And if I press F now, using power-up, and we can see we actually use the power-up. But I do not know which power-up I'm using. I guess it doesn't matter. Now the problem is that I'm going outside of the bounds of the array, and that is happening. Where is that happening? In which line? That is happening in the GUI, and for that there is a very simple, very simple rule. Actually, we don't need this. We don't use that, so we don't need that. Let's go back into Unity. And I think we're good. Let's plus some more so we can properly test. Like this. There we go. We have nitrous, rocket, shield, whatever the hell we need. We are going to display them somewhere, like, I don't know, here maybe in the back of the car. Okay, so we have selected number 1, and the number 1 element is this rocket. So if I press F, there we go. Now we just use the rocket. Okay, so now that we got this system working, what else do we need? We need to display up here the current selected power-up, obviously. And I do not know why I cannot just simply display this, because it's supposed to give it as a string in here, but I do not know why. So maybe I do 2-string like this straight away. Maybe that works. I don't know. And that still doesn't display it, even though I am cycling through this. That is really not okay. That is really not okay. Okay, let's do some using power-up, and then we are displaying this, but this is probably not right, huh? So let's do dot type. Maybe this helps. I'm not sure. We don't exactly need this because we are going to use a switch for this as well. But I would like to see the object that I'm using here, right? And I'm using, yeah, it shows up in here. Okay, that is really nice to see. So we know what we're using, and we know what we're dealing with. So now all that's left for us to do is to comment this out, because this is giving us an exception, and we can just go ahead and build the using of the power-ups. So now I would like to stay a little clean, and I would like to do a region in here, power-ups, and then end region. Don't have to say anything in the end region. So first I want to say a void. Actually, this is a private void use, or actually, should we say use? I don't know. Let's say use nitrous. Like this. And what is the nitrous going to do? Well, it's going to ignite a nitrous, and then we're going to wait for some seconds, and then we're done with the nitrous. So I was thinking we can use what we already have as a nitrous, but we can just time it, right? So we have this nitrous in here, and then we have a smooth damping function. So we're going along, and we press use power up, and then we go nitrous, and then we stop the nitrous, and then we have some timer that allows us to use this nitrous, right? I have way too much power in this vehicle. I don't know why it keeps jumping. I don't have any downforce or anything, but I think it has to do with the damping. Maybe wheel manager, but I don't do anything with the damping. I only do tire grip. And if I decrease the tire grip, it's just going to slip all the way. Do you guys have any idea on why it keeps jumping? Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know. Okay, so let me try and build this use nitrous power up. And I think we have to use a coroutine. So IE enumerator like this. I don't know if I can use a sleep function, so I don't know if I can do a wait. I can actually do a wait, right? And this is just basic coding, I should say, actually. So await new promise. Can I do a new promise like this? Actually, how do I do await? Let's open a new window and let's ask some model, right? So let's ask Gemini like this. How can I use a await function in C# that will wait for 1 second and keep going with the rest of the code? Definitive answer, please. This is for Unity. Like this. Yeah, you need to create an await function. Yes, I know that. But I don't want to use a task delay. I do not want to use a delay. I want to use a... I guess this can work as well. Task delay. Yeah, I guess it can work. So I have a async method. And then I just have a delay, right? And after 1 second, we have whatever the hell we need, right? So this should actually work. Let's try this. This is already async. And we do await task dot delay, and we have 1000 milliseconds. And then we have a print delay is finished like this. And then we have use nitrous whenever we have use nitrous right here. So before we remove this, we want to say a switch here. So switch. The switch will take in a state machine dot power up. Huh? This, it will take this. What the hell? Why can I not do this? So I have case power up type dot nitrous, and then this will do use nitrous. Right? Is this how you formulate it? Cannot fall switch use. Huh? What am I doing wrong here? Can you help me, someone? Por favor, Jeff. What do you need, Jeff? Tell me. Speak to me. Jeffy B. The code doesn't show. Oh my god, you are so right. I keep forgetting to do this. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Here we go. Now you should see it. What we're doing, I can see some people just joining in. And a quick recap. We have this game, right? Everybody knows. This is why you tune in. And now we're building these power-ups. Where are the power-ups? They should be in here. We have the power-ups, right? These are the placeholders for the power-ups because we're going to not use this in inspector, but this is going to be used on runtime. And that's why I have them and the state machine. And the reason for this population here is because I'm just testing. Or actually I'm building. So I need this. But later on we're going to just have some, I don't know, drops. And of course we can just keep going. I think the music is too little. So maybe 35. I hope you can hear it. Please tell me if something is wrong. Right. Thank you. Anyway, I have the power-ups, and now what I'm doing is I'm just building a function to use the power-ups. The first power-up that I want to use is the nitrous, because people have voted that I use nitrous, right? So I have a case problem. Quick fix, fix formatting. Oh my god. What the hell? Anyway, if this type is equal to case powerup type dot nitrous, I don't know why he keeps control cannot fall auto switch for final case label. What the hell? Isn't there a default of null? No. Okay, I think this calls in for a copilot fix. Because I have a... which... I used this like twice, what the hell? Okay. There is a better solution for this. Like this. There we go. Switch on default. So what, you just need the default here, right? And the default does what? Print. This is default. And this has a break. Yeah. I don't understand what the hell do you want? Okay, this seems to work. So nitrous, because this call is not awaited execution. What? I know. I just need to call this once and then this can do it on its own. Shut up. You don't know anything. You need a break. You're missing a break. Yeah. Thank you. I need a break. I need a break in real time as well. Okay. So the power up is 1. and I have the nitrous set to power up right now because I forgot. So now if I use this, using power up, and the delay is finished after 1 second. So now that we got this, what we can do is we can configure naming rule violation. Oh my god, you are so right. So use this like this, and then use this like this, and can I do a ignore? No, I cannot. I wanted to do this because I wanted to ignore this kind of an error, but this is not an error, right? This is just telling me stuff that I don't want to know. Anyway, we remove this immediately, but we wait inside of this, which has nothing to do with this. So this is working perfectly fine, right? And we can just comment this out because we don't need this. And then, not later, but I'm going to build another case. I do not have the full-size keyboard. That's why I have to use this way. And the power-up is, for example, rocket. And then we are going to build another. This doesn't have to be asynced. This can just be private. Just a void, and this is use rocket like this, and there we go. And I can just for now print using rocket power up. There we go, perfect. Okay, so now that we got this timer, we can set that this timer is going to be 5 seconds. Actually, what I like to do is this is 1 second, and then I do this, which indicates 5 seconds. So this is going to wait for 5 seconds. Like this. And now that we are waiting for 5 seconds, we can do not delay finished, but we can just keep going on what we're doing. So if I remember correctly, I have a is shift press, and the is shift press is currently doing all of these functions right here. So what I want to do now is say some private thing, right? So I have power up variables, and I say private boolean using nitrous or booster, or let's just say nitrous. So nitrous is equal to false. So I can now have if spacebar press and using nitrous, and I save that, or actually I take that and I do in here if this or this. So if I'm using this nitrous, or I'm pressing the shift because I still want to press the shift for debugging purposes. So if this is true, then that, and this is not, then that. So now I set this to true, and then this again back to false. But I think we build a booster with nitrous. Right? So we have selecting these, and I have nitrous here, I have nitrous here, I have all nitrous, right? And I set, I press play, and now I have a booster. I should have a booster of 5 seconds. So if I press F right now, and I'm not using this booster right now, I press F, and there we go. Oh my god, it actually works. It worked first try. How is that even possible? I don't know. But it looks really good. Okay, so now let's do some more polishing. What I would like to do is for this camera effect to be a little bit slower. So FOV. This is set in here. And this FOV is set in the car controller. So FOV. Distance lerp speed, right? This is the distance amount, And the lerp speed is very slow. Okay. Nice. No, you are nice, Mr. Odd Horizon Games. Okay. I am actually happy that this is working first try. And here goes my alarm. Okay, before I do some more testing, I need to set the power of this vehicle a little lower. Like this, forward grip is always at max, sideways grips is always lower. Steering is good, but where's the power? Power is in car stats. So max power is 700 and with the boost is another 500. And I think this is good. And the good thing is that the booster will work only in the wheels. So it's not a fake booster, it's a real booster. Okay, now the car is much more controllable, much more playable, and now I use this booster. Right? I'm still using the booster, and now I'm done using the booster. And now I'm flying. Hell yeah. But I think now the FOV effect is too small. I mean, too slow. What do you guys think? I love playing around with this, bro. This is so fun. Okay, can you hear me? I think the audio is good. I think everything is good. My connection is good, I hope. And I have not dropped a single frame. That is impressive. This Mac is not that good, but I mean, not that powerful in paper, but it's really good now. Anyway. I think the speed is fine. I think the FOV should bigger. Greetings, how are you? Hello, Mr. Osman Kerimili. I butchered your name, I'm sorry. The FOV should be bigger. The FOV should be bigger, and the speed of the FOV should be bigger. So we're setting 20 extra FOV units. Gizmosphere. What is this? I don't even know what I did, bro. Okay. Initial FOV. I have initial. I have everything set up. That is really nice. Okay, let's do some quick testing. How are you? I'm very good. How are you? I'm very good. We just built, Mr. Osman, we just built a working power-up of nitrous first try. Can you believe it? I made it and I cannot even believe it. Nothing works first try, bro. Nothing works first try. This is illegal. I feel like I'm gonna get some error right now. Okay, so I was going to test this, and I think this is good, right? Maybe the FOV speed a little lower at 3. But I think this is good right now. So whenever I press F, I have 5 seconds of booster. And then I'm done. And I think this is good. The car is somewhat controllable, but it keeps jumping. I wish I knew why. I think we should build some kind of a helper function that keeps the car going straight forward. What do you think? Unity 5 seconds later, null reference exception. Yeah, I fear that. I fear that in my sleep. I have never noticed this building when I played this game. Founded 1810. Really? I think the reason for this car not working properly is because I have 4-wheel drive. And when I try to go really aggressively sideways, it doesn't work. But I think we can just, you know, use a little bit angular like this. There we go. There we go. That fixes a lot of things. And I think we should increase this as the power grows, right? It's realistic. Yeah, and also when you have some bug in your game, it's not a bug, it's a feature. Of course it's a feature. Why would it not be a feature? Okay, let me try and use less mass. Let's see, this car has 600 kilograms. And it's even worse. It is even worse. I wonder why though. I wonder why it keeps jumping. What if this car has 200? I don't know what I did, but I'm flying. You cannot be bored in this stream, bro. I swear. Okay, I'm going to try and put myself back into the track right here. There we go. Okay, now let's try going quick, and still doesn't work. Oh my god. Maybe it has to do something with the downforce. The problem is that I'm never applying anything into this downforce. I'm sure about this because I don't use that. Never. I use it nowhere. Translate power to wheels. This is how the power goes. This is in fixed update. Maybe if I move this into update itself. Do you think that's gonna work? Try 1500 mass with 0 plus 1 plus 0 center of mass. I think I made a function to set the center of mass. And here is how the center of mass works. Like this. And I'm actually taking accountability for this center of mass. I don't know exactly where, but I think I do rigid body, right? I do somewhere rigid body and I use the center of mass thing, and it has to be in a start somewhere, right? Let me search center, not in here, not in here. I forgot to use the center of mass, I think. I actually forgot to use the center of mass. Have I forgotten to use it? Set up wheels. I set up wheels, but I don't do center of mass. Car stats, that doesn't do it. Maybe here. Car stats, state machine. I don't do center of mass. That would be probably why. State machine, I don't do center of mass. Okay, let's first try and do you probably forgot it. Yeah, I forgot it. I 100% forgot it. Okay, so you said to use a center of mass, but I don't have the code to use a center of mass. And I do not remember the syntax, so I'm going to have to go back into the forbidden lands of Gemini. And I will tell Gemini, and I will say, make, or actually no, what is the syntax to set the center of mass of a object in Unity using rigid body component? One line code, please. Like this. It's just rigid body center of mass. Really? Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. That is really straightforward, huh? I'm just gonna make sure one more time that I'm not using it. I can almost swear that I use it. I can almost swear. Okay, state machine, this is not used in initializing. Car controller, this is used in initializing. So up here, variables inspector, I will say public transform center of mass transform is equal to nothing, like this. And then in the start, I will say state machine dot rigid body dot center of mass is equal to this transform. Or actually, this is not a good idea, huh? I should use it should be local position. Yeah, I wanted to say use a vector 3, but local position should have worked as well. So let's do this dot transform, or actually this is a transform dot local position. This will give me a vector 3, right? So this is a vector 3. Okay, perfect. I think this is gonna work. I have an error. I do have an error. You are right. Okay, this should work. This should work. And what is left for me to do? Center of mass. Center of mass. Here it is. Here's my center of mass. Center of mass is a little bit higher up. And now I just hit play, huh? Okay, nothing is exploded yet. And the car is working. But is it going to jump? It's still jumping. It's still jumping. I don't know, bro. But it's much more, I don't know how to express this, but it's literally like it's smoother in some way. And I think it has to do with the colliders. I think these damping or these springs have to do something with it, right? Layer overrides. What is this layer override? Doesn't matter. So stiffness, this has to do with the friction, right? And I don't want to do with the friction. I only want to do with these. So spring coefficient 0 to infinity. Damper coefficient, and this is where the position is set. So maybe it might be because your anti-roll bar script. It could be because of my What the hell is going on? It could be because of the anti-roll bar script. You are right, actually. Let me see. But it's so much smoother now. No, it doesn't have to do with the roll bar script. I feel like it has to do some... I don't know. Low bounce. More bounce high. More stiff. So maybe we try... We can do this in playtime actually. So this... So you say higher is stiffer. And now we'll set it to low. We say it's not stiff at all, right? Now let's try going quick. And it's even shittier. So maybe this was beginning for, let's say 95k. Now it's too stiff. Oh, actually, I might have a solution for this. Maybe because this suspension distance is set very low, right? I think the wheel colliders are colliding with the car body collider. Maybe make it bigger. Do they collide with collider body? I don't think they do. This seems to do some kind of fixing, but it doesn't look like a car anymore. It looks like a Jeep. Looks a little bit smoother. It's not completely smooth. Or it is actually completely smooth. It is actually completely smooth. What do you know? The problem was suspension distance. Wheel damping rate. What is this? What does this wheel damping rate do? Let's set it to 1. Or not 125, just 1. This is not making the car bouncy so far. And it looks really good. Okay. I think we fixed something. Huh? You can try lowering the suspension distance and changing the Y of the center if it feels more off-road. Yeah, you are right. The suspension distance is wrong. So, a fix for that would be to set this to maybe 1. Does 1 work? 1 works, but lower than 1 doesn't work, huh? See, 1 is like smooth enough. One is smooth enough, and what we can do is set the target like this. And now it has more space to work with. Right? I love how it drifts when I give it extra power. It's so much more controllable. It looks good. This looks good. Yeah, I like it. Unity vehicles are the worst. Oh man, let me tell you about it. You know how long it took me to write this wheel collider? I mean, this wheel manager. It took me like weeks. And not because, it's not because, you know, it's difficult to write some code that does something, but it's difficult to figure out what they thought, right? Or maybe I was doing something wrong. I don't know. I think I broke it again. I think I broke it again. This target position is wrong. For some weird reason, increasing the wheel mass. What is the wheel mass? Oh, the wheel has a mass. You increase it to 200. Okay, I increased that to 200 and then I set this back how it was, 2.5. And I don't think this is going to fix it. But let's set this to 0.6 and let's test it out. The wheels have mass. Oh my god, what the hell? This was at 0.05. No, it's still stuttering. Let's try going quick. No, it's still stuttering. Wheel mass doesn't have to do anything. Yeah, sometimes I know what I should write exactly, but I get tired of thinking of it. I get tired as well. I get tired a lot. You're not alone, bro. Anyway, we figured out a lot of things today, actually. And this stream is really sum of slip. This is a long number to look at. Okay, in this stream, we fixed a lot of things, actually. We made a power-up that works. We made a power-up that works. We made the system to loop through and use a power-up. And we figured out the jumping. So what I would like to do now is, because it's really late, I would like to just play this game a little bit. Turn this back to 20. Radius is not the same. Wheel damping rate. I keep forgetting what this is. If I set this to the lowest, what does this do? Yeah, suspension distance 0.1. Yeah, this was our problem. This was at 0.7, I think. 0.07, I should say. What does this wheel damping rate do? Is this how quick the damping? But what is this then? Suspension spring. I don't understand. I don't understand suspensions. Physics. How does physics work? I don't know. But 0.1 of this seems to be really nice and stable. And even at high speeds. I lied. 0.1 is not stable. Let's try 0.16. And the target position is at 0.7. Like this. Okay. Let's see that. I think this is the sweet spot. This has to be the sweet spot, right? Yeah, this looks really good now. Okay, next thing that we need is some downforce, because it's really not... I've explained the damping rate. You have to explain to me the damping rate like you explain the damping rate to a 3-year-old. I don't understand. Anyway, I think I'm happy with this. I think this is good. Next thing would be to add some way of controlling it at high speed, and I think just adding some downforce is going to do the trick. And then we can continue adding the rockets. But before I do the rockets, I would like to have some other racers. But I think this is good. Like, we are going 300 kilometers. I can still somewhat control the car. Somewhat. And especially when I'm going downhill, the car just flies. and that's not right. And that's why I cannot just do any grip. But I think this is good. I think this is really good. We built this like in record time. I think like 4 or 5 streams, and we got to this point. I mean, mainly because I already built some of the scripts. But I think this is really good. We're going 300 kilometers. Nothing is falling off. Nothing is flying. Okay, I'm really happy. So in that note, I would like to do some... what I would like to... Oh yeah, I would like to do this maximizing. I would like to go in OBS and I would like to start recording. Okay, so this is the... what do I even want to say? I want to do some... You can try wheel color configuration, vehicle steps. Okay, Osmani, I will try that in a little bit. Are you making a Steam game? Well, I'm trying to make a Steam game. Actually, we are trying to make a Steam game here on our streams, and this is what we got so far. If you want to download this car game, you can just do that in the video description. This whole entire project is on a Reddit. You can just... Not Reddit, bro. This is not on Reddit. Is it on Reddit? No, it's not on Reddit. Okay, this is the car game that we built in our streams. You can get the files down in the video description. Everything is backed up in GitHub, and I think we did a pretty good job. Okay, we desperately need some downforce. Everything is good. Everything is right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending some time and hanging out in the stream. I'm really thankful for that, and we will see each other in next videos. I mean, not next videos, but next streams. I think you should keep working on it. Next should be AI. Next is not AI. Next is downforce. But I really like it. I really like it. I'd like to contribute. How would you like to contribute? If you can make some nitrous particle system, that would be great, Mr. Osman. I can actually do this. What am I doing here? Oh yeah. This is completely... Can I show that? I think I can show that. Here. Source control. This should be... Everything should be like for you to download. I should not back these up. This Unity thing should not be backed up because I should not even use this at all. Anyway, thank you for the work you have done. Yeah, thank you too for hanging out. I'll download the project and see what I can contribute, mate. Okay, do that. I will do... Actually, should I just push? I'll push. I'll say beautiful state. Included is the power up system foundation. Nitrous needs more work. Okay, I'll commit. I will push and you can just pull. So again, thank you, and we will see you. Bye bye.